How we doing? It's Friday. The end of our week. We're going to be talking about the science of getting rich. So if that's something that interests you, is how to have more of a wealth and abundance mindset, then this live is definitely for you. And I have lots of cleavage today. So if anybody's offended by that, this live is probably not for you. With that being said, welcome everybody. Hello, Grand Rising. Ooh, I got so much energy today and I don't have energy enhancers on. I actually don't even have my patches on. I forgot. My dog is patched already, but I'm not. He's priority in this house. How we doing? Okay, so last night I was watching a video about manifestation naturally. And this woman was saying how everything literally comes from within ourselves. And that we outsource everything in life, right? Someone else has money that we want. Why don't I have that? Someone has, clothes or an outfit or has more than what you do. You're outsourcing your energy, right? Why is that person in such a good relationship and I can't find that? You're outsourcing your energy. Why are all these bad things happening? You're outsourcing your energy to something else or somewhere else, right? But if we understand, everybody in here, I want you to say, yes, I understand, or no, I don't. Do you understand fully that all of the power for all of those things comes from you, comes from within us? We have our own power source in our consciousness, right? But instead we're outsourcing. Must be nice to have that car. Must be nice to have a guy that loves you. Must be nice to be married with a nice house. Do we understand that our power comes from within us? We have the key to unlock anything that we desire in our reality. Not anybody else. It's not because you're unlucky and you were just given the wrong hand in life. It's not because your family never had money, so now you don't have money. Our power source, our battery, is within us. No one else could give us power. No one else can take it away. But we're taught and programmed that everybody else has the power. Your teacher says, no, you can't get up and go to the bathroom. Your job says you can have lunch at this time, right? Your government says there's a curfew and you can't go out. No one has power over you except for yourself. So if you want to change, I understand, but I need to apply it in my life. We are the answers that we're looking for. No one else. Not the person that might hire you. Not the person that's going to say, yes, I approve you for a mortgage. You and I have the power inside of ourselves to say, that's mine. I don't even need to think about it. I don't need to worry about it. I don't need to stress about it. Because I'm that powerful. I am able to have anything that I want because I know that in this matrix system, if I can see it in my mind, if I believe it to be true, it's already mine. Feeling is the secret, right? Grandest of risings. What's up? What's up, Gab? So I'm going to read from The Science of Getting Rich today, and strangely enough, it opened to that, and I'm not going to get into it yet because I also wrote down a note that no one else would ever be able to read. Health, wealth, and beauty all comes from us. So if there is things that you feel inferior about yourself or insecure about, like I need to lose weight, I don't look good, I feel like I'm fat, I'm not pretty enough, why does my chin look like this, why does my nose look like that, my boobs aren't big enough. Health, wealth, beauty, confidence, abundance, it all comes from inside. And we're taught to outsource these things. Go and get a nose job. Go and get Botox in your face. Go and get lip injections. Go and get your boobs done. Go and get your butt done. We outsource everything when the power is within ourselves. We're taught to not accept ourselves. Because if we don't accept ourselves, we're never going to be empowered. So we have built a society where these people that have this unattainable idea of beauty and wealth and all these other things have built this unattainable standard so that people will never be empowered. And if you're never empowered, you're disempowered. And if you're disempowered, you're never going to be standing in your strength. And if you're not standing in your strength, someone else is going to be able to push you around and tell you what to do. I don't care how manly you are. I don't care how womanly you are. I don't care how strong you think you are. If you don't stand up for what you believe in, if you don't speak out and use your throat chakra, you're disempowered. You're allowing someone else to dictate your reality. The only person that should be dictating your reality is your mind and consciousness, your God self. Every one of us is a part of God. So therefore, we have God-like abilities that have been disabled, that have been disempowered, that have been taken, that have been buried, that have been hidden, which is why The Secret was called The Secret. And then there are people that say that this is witchcraft. These are people that have no idea what they're talking about. Jesus said that we could be like him and we could be more than what he was because he knew the secret. And he had to be crucified. He had to be banned from things. He had to be betrayed because people couldn't understand how this man could do the things that he could do. Because he knew the power of Christ consciousness. He rose to a level of consciousness so high that he could do anything. Okay, this is a good question. Can I ask a question? I rarely have any desire to hang out with friends when I used to always be with friends, especially not non-awake friends. Anyone else experiencing the same thing? Me. And I'm sure that there's plenty of other people that can relate to this. And I spoke to my energy practitioner about this, and I'm like, I don't want to be around people. There's only very few people that I like to be around, that I enjoy their company, and it is an energetic thing. It is when you start to just do this work and you start to understand and see the world a lot differently. The same people, you don't resonate. You're not listening to the same radio station anymore. The people that used to listen to hip hop music, now maybe you're listening to rock and they're still listening to hip hop and you're like, I just don't like it anymore. That's like the easiest analogy that I can give. And it's for your greatest and highest good, and it's not, a bad thing. Can it be isolating at times? Yes. But when you prefer your own company versus the company of people that you no longer resonate with, that's a sign you just no longer resonate with them. You begin to vibrate at different frequencies. That's very simple. If your frequency is over here and someone else's is over here, not because one is higher or lower, you miss each other. You miss each other. And it's just like, it's not a match anymore. It's like a relationship. This relationship is just not okay anymore. And maybe it wasn't even a bad relationship. It's just like, I don't vibe with this person anymore. Listen to the word, I don't vibe. Because the vibrations changed. It's very, very simple. I've personally been shedding people as well. Yes. Sending blessings and love from El Salvador. Love it. Okay, let me get into the science of getting rich because I just have a habit of just talking nonstop. But that was really, just sometimes, you hear things and they just click, right? That video last night about not outsourcing, Liverpool, UK, about not outsourcing your power. Beauty comes from within yourself. No one else can make you feel beautiful. People can compliment you. People can say, oh my God, you're gorgeous and beautiful. I worked with, in the industry, in entertainment, I've worked with some of the most beautiful women doing hair and makeup, or even like acting with them or doing modeling jobs. And they were the most insecure people on earth. They're hired for their looks. Some of the most insecure people on earth. No one can make you feel beautiful except for yourself. I've worked with some of the biggest celebrities in the world. They are the most insecure people on earth. Not the people that I was on tour with. Younger people, younger celebrities. The most insecure people on earth. No one can make you feel beautiful. Just like no one can make you feel wealth and abundance. That is an inside job. There are people that have millions of dollars and it's still not enough. Why are you empty inside? Abundance and wealth is an inside job. Beauty, health is an inside job. I've always been on the journey of health, right? And it's just like never enough. It's never enough. It's never enough. It's like, well, what else do you need? That is an inside job for myself. Why do I always want to, always want to look better? I always want to do this. Why is there something that is empty inside of me that always wants more, that always wants more? It's an inside job. Nobody could fill it but me. Just like money and wealth. It is an inside job. If you feel you're not worthy, this is when the blowers, I guess, are going to start again. If you don't feel abundant on the inside, if you don't feel worthy of the amount of money that a job wants to pay you, you're not going to get the job. If you have a job, they're like, oh, we're going to pay you, $300,000 a year. You're just like, the job of your dreams, but you don't feel worthy of it, they're probably going to choose someone else for the job for some reason. Maybe you were the best person for the job, but for whatever reason, they chose someone else. That is us predetermining our destiny based on our subconscious programming. That's really going to annoy me, and the window's closed. So let's get into the science of getting rich. This is chapter 10. The Science of Getting Rich by William Wallace. This book was written in 1910. I just want you to take note of that. This was written in 1910. Listen to what it is that they're saying down here. Not right now, but I'll tell you when. You cannot retain a true and clear vision of wealth if you are constantly turning your attention to opposing pictures, whether they be external or imaginary. You cannot retain a true, clear vision of wealth if you're constantly turning your attention to the opposite thought. You can never have wealth or maintain wealth when you're constantly in a state of, well, if I spend this money, I'm not going to have it. I just can't afford that. Like, I really need to save this money. When we're constantly holding on tight to things, that's how we lose them. I wish they would stop blowing the leaf blower out there. Do not tell of your past troubles of a financial nature if you had them. Do not think of them at all. Do not tell of the poverty of your parents or the hardships of your early life. It's saying get rid of your old story. Because why? Wealth is an inside job. If you're constantly thinking from the poverty mindset, oh yeah, I can't do that. I just can't afford it right now. Oh my God, why is everything so expensive? Inflation, but that's another story. When you're constantly thinking from a state of lack, well, if I buy this, then, I'm going to have less money. Or, if this happens, then what if I have to pay this bill and I'm not going to have enough money? It's saying do not tell of your past troubles of a financial nature if you even had them. Do not think of them at all. I don't think about them at all. Every once in a while, a thought will try to trickle in that, oh my God, like this is too much money or something like that. But it doesn't really happen anymore. When I was younger, it happened all the time because I lived life based on a dancer's salary, a professional dancer's salary, which was no money. So I always came from that space. This is really going to drive me insane. So I got out of that by constantly reprogramming my mind. That I'm always provided for. That I can have all the things that I want. That money is never an issue for me. I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities on a continuous basis. That's Bob Proctor. My sister was lucky enough to study with him personally for 6 months. Do not tell the poverty of your parents or the hardships of your early life. That was my early life. I don't think about it anymore. When we stop thinking about poverty, when we stop thinking about lack, you're reprogramming the mind with other thoughts. This is really going to drive me almost insane. To do any of these things is to mentally class yourself with the poor for the time being, and it will certainly check the movement of things in your direction. Put poverty and all things that pertain to poverty completely behind you. Okay, it's not that loud. Okay, that's good. I don't think I missed any comments for that comment too. Okay. I don't know what that's about, but whatever. Put poverty and all things that pertain to poverty behind you. You have accepted a certain theory of the universe as being correct and are resting all your hopes of happiness on its being correct. Let's read that. This is a powerful sentence. You have accepted a certain theory of the universe as being correct. Like my great-grandmother, I always tell this story, but she used to hide her money. She was an Italian immigrant from Italy. And she used to hide her money in drawers. She used to hide her money in shoe boxes. She used to hide her money in pillowcases. Because, why? They were always afraid that they weren't going to have it. They were always afraid that they were going to lose that money. So if I just hoarded it, if I just held on to it, like my mom always, she calls them grease balls. She's like, these grease balls still have their friggin' lunch money from grade school. Because a lot of people then had this poverty mindset, like I have to hold on to this money because there's not enough, there's not enough, there's not enough. So if you grew up with parents that had that mentality that's not enough, not enough, not enough. I did. My mother and father used to fight about money all the time. And they were separated, so it was like, ask your father for money for this. Oh, I don't have it, ask your mother. It was like a ping pong. So it was like I grew up with the thought or the notion or the knowing that money is very hard to come by. Many people, same here, can agree to that you grew up listening to people, parents, grandparents, guardians, saying it's too expensive. We can't get that. We can't afford that. Oh, I would love this house, but it's just, I can't afford it. Hey, let's go on this trip. No, I can't afford it. Attitude equals latitude. This includes the attitude that one has for themselves. So if you grew up with that mindset from parents or whomever it was, that would say, oh, the economy is really bad right now, and just living in a state of fear, living in a state of lack all the time, you will have a lack or poverty mindset until you actively change it. Right? If you have accepted a certain theory of the universe as being correct, like you're right, the universe isn't going to tell you you're wrong. It's just going to put out that you put out that vibrational frequency, and the universe is just throwing it back to you. So if your vibrational frequency is, all this is too expensive, I can't afford this. Why does this always happen to me? How am I going to pay my bills? If that is your mindset, the universe can only mirror that back to you. But if you start to change your mindset to, I'm so happy and grateful for all the things that I have now. Even if you just had that one sentence, use that affirmation. Anytime a negative thought comes in, I'm so happy and grateful that I'm always provided for. I swear to you, as much as 1 + 1 = 2, your life will start to shift and change. But it is you that has the power. It's not anybody else. No one's going to come and throw a wad of $1 million at your face. It is you. It is you and only you. It is I and only I that can change my thoughts and beliefs about wealth and abundance. What can you gain by giving heed to conflicting theories? Do not read books. This is the part I was talking about. Do not read books. It says read books because this is from 1910. Do not read books which tell you that the world is coming soon to an end. Watching all these idiots on social media that just do nothing but fearmonger. Yes, I said idiots. Do nothing but fearmonger all day long. You understand why now that it is so important that we don't okay, let me just continue reading before don't shut up. Do not read books which tell you that the world is soon coming to an end, and do not read the writing of muckrakers and pessimistic philosophers who tell you that that all this is going to the devil. The world is not going to the devil, it is going to God. It is a wonderful becoming. True, there may be a good many things in existing conditions that are disagreeable, but what is the use of studying them when they are certainly passing away, and when the study of them only tends to slow their passing and keep them with us? Do you understand? Do we understand? We keep things alive by talking about them. How many times are we going to hear people talk about April the 8th and the fucking eclipse? How many times are you going to see solar eclipse, April 8th, rockets at the sun, and all this other shit? When you understand that our mind is what creates our reality, you will stop bringing and allowing this nonsense into our consciousness. Again, do not read books which tell you that the world is soon coming to an end, and do not read the writing of pessimistic philosophers who tell you that this world is going to the devil. There are people that will try to infiltrate your reality, whether you're scrolling or whether it's someone that comes in your reality and says, oh my God, did you hear what's going on? Oh my God, did you hear what Joe Biden said? Oh my God, did you hear what this said? Did you hear what's going to happen? I'm getting my juice on. I'm on a 3-day juice cleanse. The more that we allow this into our mind and consciousness, that's why I don't post. You don't tell me you can't hear that. That's why I don't post this horse shit anymore, because I am not going to help to do the bit of the devil. And people are too stupid and ignorant to realize that that's exactly what they're doing. Joe Astrid in the house. Since when is everyone psychic? That's another story. I'll just be nice for today. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We hear it, okay. It's literally like right outside the window now. Why give time and attention to things that are being removed by evolutionary growth, when you can hasten their removal only by promoting the evolutionary growth as far as your part of it goes? We have a choice of whether we're going to help bring this into the collective or we're not. It's your choice whether you want to put that into your consciousness because you're helping put it out into the world. Okay? This is going to make me insane. No matter how horrible and seeming may be the conditions in certain countries, sections, or places, you waste your time and destroy your own chances by dwelling on them. This book was written in 1910. This wasn't written in 2000. It was written in 1910. So imagine that we have the answers to creating a new reality, yet we continue to dwell on all the bad things that are happening in the world. The more we dwell on these things, the more we create them. Why? How? Because the more you are on that matching vibrational frequency, that is all that can be created in your reality. It's literally like a video game. You can level up, you can level up, you can level up. Or you can stop at the very edge because you're afraid to jump, because you're afraid that you're going to fall. I can't. Guys, it's really loud here. I can't. You should interest yourself in the world's becoming rich or abundant. Think of the riches of the world is coming into instead of the poverty it is growing out of. And bear in mind that the only way in which you can assist the world in growing abundantly is by growing rich yourself through the creative method, not the competitive one. So the creative method is the one inside of your mind. It's not the competitive one. If I have to have more than this person. It's true. It will make me insane if I won't let it. That's true. So the creative method is using your consciousness. Using your God-given mind to create the things that you want. Okay? Not the competitive one. Give your attention wholly to wealth and abundance. It's funny, it's back. When you give your attention fully to something, like I talk about, you cannot live in two states of mind at once, right? You cannot live in two different states at once. I can't live in Alabama at the same time as I'm in Texas. You can't literally physically be in two states at once, and that's the same thing with your mind. You can't have an abundance mindset and also have a poverty mindset at the same time. The one that is going to, whatever is the dominating thought and feeling, is the one that your reality is creating. So it takes a while for your mind to change. It takes a while for your subconscious to absorb this new idea of an abundance mindset, or the belief that, like, I'm always provided for. I know that I'm always provided for. I am divinely protected. I always feel good every single day that I wake up. It takes a long time for the mind to shift. And what the hell's his name? Dr. Bruce Lipton says that the fastest way to reprogram your mind from having, whether it's about love, whether it's about money, whether it's about whatever it is, happiness, The fastest way to reprogram the subconscious mind is through hypnosis. He says that's number one, the fastest way. So if you're like, this is impossible, I can't do this, I keep trying, and you're at war with your mind when you try to reprogram it, because you've been thinking a certain way your entire life. So now you're telling your mind, think something different, think something different, think something different. Your mind's like, no, I'm going to protect you. You don't have money. You can't afford that house. You'll never have the marriage. You'll never have the kids that you want. You'll never be healthy. Because your whole life, you've been thinking this one way. I'm going to lose my shit in a second. So for us to reprogram the mind, the fastest way to do that would be hypnosis. Let's go back to the book. What's that noise, bud? He's getting on mommy's nerves. Leo's down there too. He's getting annoyed. I can't seem to trust another person to go into my mind and hypnotize me. Scares the F out of me, actually. Okay, so let's just talk about that really quick. Hypnosis. So when I was doing my hypnosis like 2 months ago, you're not asleep. I remember everything that he said. So if this man was starting to say something weird, you're not asleep. Hypnosis is not when you're not asleep. You are in a trance-like state, right? You're in your theta brainwave frequency, which is the area between sleep and being awakened. Sorry, sleep down here and being awakened here. So you're in that in-between state where you still hear everything that's going on, but you're still able to go through this journey in the brain, in the mind, in the consciousness. So it's very different. You're not asleep and you just have some random person like saying things. You're in between states of being. So you hear everything. Just like we're hearing the leaf blower. You hear everything when you're in that very relaxed state. It's like when you're doing meditation. It's no different than meditation. It's just someone that's standing in the room guiding you. So you hear everything he said. It's not like this person's like standing over you and saying like crazy shit that's going to be programmed into your subconscious. You hear everything that's going on. You're just not asleep. You're in between. Like try it yourself. If you go on YouTube and look up, meditation to attract wealth, meditation to attract love, right? There's guided meditations that are like 10 minutes long. Just listen to that and you'll realize like, wow, I really was in a trance-like state and I wasn't asleep. And I remember what happened, but it felt so real, right? Tim says, don't fall asleep with the news on. We talk about this all the time because your subconscious is always listening. You might be asleep, but your mind is not turned off. So if you're listening to the news, if you're listening to a documentary about murder, you're falling asleep with your mind being programmed to these ideas. Where were we? Okay. Do not focus on poverty. When I used to meditate a lot, my senses got sharper. I could hear things further away. Because we're awakening the things that have been asleep in us for so long. Meditation is so important because we can travel to different places. We can manipulate our mind. We can become alchemists. We can change energy. We can manipulate energy. That's one of our things or our lessons here is like, how do we manipulate energy? Why are we never taught that? I think the answer is obvious. Do not focus on poverty. Whenever you think or speak of those who are poor, think and speak of them as though they are becoming rich, as those who are to be gratulated rather than pitied. Then they and others will catch the inspiration and begin to search for the way out. Because I say that you are to give your whole time and mind and thought to riches and abundance, it does not follow that you are to be sordid or mean. To become really, really rich is the noblest aim you can have in life, for it includes everything else. On the competitive plane, the struggle to get rich is a godless scramble for power over others. But when we become into the creative mind, all that is changed. When we go into ourselves, when it's not about competing with someone else, and we go into ourselves and realize that the riches are already within us, or the poverty is already within us. It's literally just a state of being. So if you decide today that I am going to live with an abundance mindset from this day forward, I know it's going to be challenging, but I also know it's not impossible. Because I am an alchemist. I can change these things. Right? Because I have the power in my mind to do so. But you have to first believe it's a leaf blower that's driving me insane. But we can change our reality just by shifting our mindset. So you can every person in here can decide today, I will have an abundance mindset. I am always provided for. Make it the background of your phone. Make it an hourly reminder. I am always provided for and I have all the things that I need and more. And after a while, you start to believe that. At first, it's going to be difficult. At first, your mind is going to keep telling you, like, you're broke, you have no money. You're delusional. But that's just the ego trying to protect us. This is the science of getting rich. The science of getting rich. Others are poor because while they feel that there is a way out, they are too intellectually indolent to put forth the mental effort necessary to find that way and travel it. That right there. Others are poor. Why? Because poor people know that there's a way out, but they don't want to put forth the mental effort that it takes to get out. And that's the majority of people. It's not just with poverty, it's with love, it's with relationships, it's with self-worth. People just don't want to do the work. And they'd rather just have a victim mentality, like, poor me. You know there's a person that you can call right now, and you know if you get them on the phone, they're going to tell you about how awful their life is. Oh, yeah, you know, my back still hurts, and, you know, everything's so expensive right now. Can you believe all this stuff that's going on, right? We all know people that are like that. These are people that are comfortable in their misery. They love it. Say misery loves company. Misery is a vibration, right? When you get around a really happy person, you're either really inspired by them or you're really annoyed by them. Have you ever been around a person that's so happy and you're like, oh my God, get this person away from me? I have been like that in my past. I'm like, oh my God, I can't deal with this person. Get away from me. Because their sunshine made me uncomfortable, right? Because I was just like, what can I say? How can I say? Because I didn't know how to use my mind. Like, I didn't even know that it was like a thing. So it was just like, why can this person be so happy and I am just like unhappy about this and I don't have that. Come up here, puppies, mama. Come up here. Come sit with mommy. Come. Give me my puppies. I used to operate in a landscaping company. The guy blowing leaves does not know how to use that thing. Thank you for saying that. They say an empty can rattle the most. I like that. And oh my gosh, they definitely attract more misery. Yeah, 100%, right? So when you start to shift your energy, everything around you starts to shift. When you start to shift the way that you think, your reality shows up different for you. People say it's magic. It's not magic, it's just the way that it always was supposed to be. But if everybody knew the secrets to life and how to manipulate your own mind and energy, no one would be able to be controlled. But but the majority of the population does not think for themselves. They cannot think for themselves. They are programmed differently. So I love to talk about reprogramming because that is where our power is. It's in understanding health, wealth, beauty, love is an inside job. It comes from within you. So if it comes from within you, you can't get it out there. You can't say, why doesn't she love me? You can't say, why doesn't he ever show up for me? You can't say, my job doesn't pay me enough. Health, wealth, love, beauty is an inside job. It comes from inside of you. So if you don't have enough money, it's because you don't believe you're worthy of more money. If you don't have the love that you want, it's because you don't believe you're worthy of the love that you desire and crave. Because somewhere along the lines, you were programmed to believe that you're not enough. That you always have to do more for people in hopes that they'll love you back because you don't feel like you're enough. I'm glad my husband showed me the right mindset. Man, I was a miserable person. And there are people that will come in your life and give you the keys to yourself. The key to life isn't a door somewhere that you open. The key to life is within yourself. No one else can do it for us. No matter how much someone might love you, you still won't feel that the love is enough. A lot of people that cheat for that reason. Because they're looking for an outside source to just make them feel loved enough. To just make them feel good enough. To just make them feel worthy enough. And it's never enough. You see this a lot with men or women that just have sex with so many different people. Because they're empty on the inside. They don't have the key. The key is the key to yourself. They're looking for the key in every other person that they encounter. So they keep looking, they keep searching, they keep looking, they keep searching. People that go from job to job to job, or they move from place to place to place to city to country, searching for their happiness. Your fucking unhappiness is going to follow you wherever you go until you realize that the key is not in a home, the key is not in a location, the key is yourself. I've been trying to give my husband the key, but it angers him. You can't give him the key. He's got to give it to himself. He's got to want to change. We can't change other people. We can just inspire them. And if they're not inspired, then they just don't want to do it. This is work. This is commitment to yourself. This is commitment to your soul. Wherever you go, there you are. You're not escaping yourself. I promise. None of us are. Because wherever you go, there you are. I mean, you see people that are multi-millionaires. They have the houses, they have the cars, they have the women, they have the men, they have the relationship, they have everything, and they're still miserable fucks. Why? Because our subconscious programming is so strong that we could have everything that we desire in the world and still feel like an empty carton of milk. Because somewhere back there in our childhood, someone told you you're not worthy. Someone told you you'll never be enough. And even though you have all the things, you're constantly trying to prove your subconscious programming wrong. As long as you don't reprogram your mind, you will always have those thoughts and feelings. There are so many people that are overachievers because they want to prove wrong that child that felt like they weren't worthy, that child that was bullied, that child that didn't get the love that they were supposed to get from their parents or whomever. So you're always trying to prove yourself to someone. But really the only thing that you should be doing is reprogramming the subconscious mind from those limitations that happened when you were a child, or when you were a teenager, or when you were 20 years old and you're now 60 and you're still living from programming from that young age. If you want to change your life, you have to change your subconscious programming. You just have to decide, that's it. From this day forward, this little kid doesn't have control over me anymore. The little kid that didn't have the love, that didn't have the money, that didn't get the things that they want because their parents didn't give it to them. The child that was abused. Patricia, I've just proved I am strong and worry. Can you rephrase that? It's all us. It is nobody else. It's not the government. It's not who's elected next as the president. It's not anybody. You have control over yourself unless you lived in a communist country. My mother would always tell me when I walk into a room, I light it up. I always hold on to that memory. When we know things to be true, they come true. You know the person that you see, they walk into a room and everybody notices them. Everybody notices their light. Right? So if you believe that about yourself to be true, other people are always going to treat you like you are that light. I've now changed it to, yes, I am strong and worthy. I don't need to prove myself anymore. Because many people feel they have to constantly prove themselves, or they can't be their fullest selves because, well, I don't want it, people to think this or that. Me and my brother, because of my mother, are 100% our authentic selves 100% of the time. If you meet me, I am the exact same person that I am now in person. I do not change for anyone. And my brother has the same thing. He walks into a room and he's going to tell everybody what to do and they're going to listen. That's just the way that we were raised. My sister's a little bit different. She grew up being the mama bear. So she's different than me and my brother. My brother and I were both wild children. We always did whatever we wanted and we never cared what anybody said. We got in trouble. We just did what we wanted to do. So that's part of my mission in life, is to teach people to do what you want to do. Be who you are. My little sister, she doesn't ever want to hurt anybody's feelings. She's always afraid to say things because she doesn't want, people to feel a certain way. So she's not living in her fullest, most expansive self because of the way that she grew up. We all have our things. But if you go your entire life not living life how you want it because you're afraid of somebody else, you do not hold your key. You do not hold your key to your power. So the very best thing you can do is to arouse their desire by showing them the happiness that comes from being rightly rich and abundant. Others still are poor because while they have some notion of science, they have become so swamped and lost in the maze of theories that they don't know which road to take. They try a mixture of many systems and fail in all. And again, that comes from your mindset. If you're constantly doing things and you're failing, it is because you're afraid of winning. You are afraid to win. Many people, when they start to get the things that they truly want, they feel guilty about it. I think it's crazy that book was made in 1910. I didn't write it. I wasn't here. But there's a lot of really good nuggets in so many of these books that are old that pertain to us right now. That can help us right now. Why? Because our mind and consciousness didn't change. This programmable computer in here has been the same. It's just knowing how to use it. It's like you give a computer to like a 70-year-old. They're like, I don't know how to work this thing. What the hell do I do? But if you teach people that are younger how to use a computer, they always remember how to use the computer. It's just programming. How do I do it? I was always my authentic self until I got into my relationship. Joe Astrid, you know better. And people change when they get into relationships because it all comes from self-worth. When you get into a relationship, all of a sudden your feelings are involved. All of a sudden it's, is this person going to leave me? All of your insecurities, all of your subconscious programming starts to resurface when you get into a relationship and you begin to open yourself up to the possibility of heartbreak. And when that happens, all of your deepest insecurities come out. You could be the most confident person single and like, I rule the world and I'm, all these things and that life is great. And then when you start to get into a relationship and when you start to fall for somebody, it opens up all of the wounds and all the skeletons that are in your closet. They're going to fall out. That is the test. Being single is much easier than being in a relationship because no one's going to hurt you when you're not in a relationship. But when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, that is when your childhood programming starts to resurface and tells you he's going to leave you. He's never going to stay. He's going to cheat on you. He's talking to somebody else. Because in your childhood, you were taught that you weren't lovable, or you were taught that you never get enough attention. You were taught that you aren't good enough. Maybe your parents said something to you like, you're just too much. Why do you always act like this? And made you feel like you were too much. So all of a sudden, like you start to just build these walls around you. And that's what happens when we get into a relationship, is all of our subconscious programming begins to resurface. You're like, I'm good, I'm strong, I'm this when you're single. But as soon as you start to get into a relationship is when everything starts to come back up. You're like, I thought I got rid of you. No, it was just in a closet somewhere. Now that person is picking away at different things. But it's up to you to start to reprogram your mind. To say, I am always loved and I am always safe in love. Things like that. Use affirmations like that. The second that a thought comes up that this person is not choosing me, I am always chosen. I am always chosen because I'm a prize and I'm a queen or I'm a king. Whatever it is that you have to tell yourself to begin reprogramming your mind so that your subconscious programming doesn't continue to ruin the potential of a great relationship. Right? Unless you meet the right MF. But we meet the right person when we're in the right mindset of I am in the most amazing relationship with a loyal person that makes me laugh. And you write down all the qualities. Write down all the qualities. And that person will come into your life. Everything that comes your way serves a higher purpose. Joe Astrid, you got this. I have all the faith in you. I have all the faith in you that you can do this. Yes, the science of getting rich. Guys, I'm babbling on again past the 40-minute mark. But Joe, you got this. You just have to change the way you think and view your relationships. And it's subconscious reprogramming. Reprogramming. Hemp, you're saying I'm tired of waiting. You know this. It's coming from a state of lack. Get into a state of gratitude. I'm so happy and grateful that the love of my life loves, adores me, and we have the most amazing life together. I swear to you, it will happen. I tell you. I swear. I promise. It is just about reprogramming. So we're going to wrap it up for today because I got to make my little nugget his breakfast. Even though he's sleeping. Where is he? You can't see him on the camera. Does that work when you're single? 1000%. The key to this is speaking as if it has already happened. I am so happy and grateful that I am in the most amazing relationship with the most amazing person. Right? I'm so happy and grateful that I am married to the love of my life. That's it. You go to the end. You go to the end. That's it. Doesn't matter if you're single now. Because everything that happens in our lifetime happens in our mind first. So if all you're focused on is I'm single, why am I still single? Why am I still single? All my friends are married, all my friends have relationships. Why am I single? That can only be reflected back to you because that's a state of lack. So if your vibration is lack, that's all that can come back to you is lack. But if you come from a space of I'm so happy and grateful that I'm in the most amazing relationship with a loyal person and whatever the qualities are, that person will show up because you are living from that vibrational space. That's it. Does this apply to all things like finances? Yes, the whole live was just about finances and about that. It's about changing your mindset. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm a multimillionaire. Whatever your financial goals are, write them down. Put it as a reminder on your phone. I am so happy and grateful that I'm making $10,000 a week. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm making $500 a week. Whatever it is. Hi, my name is Debbie and only good things happen to me. That's it. It's very, very simple. I am the creator of my universe. I get all things that I desire easily and effortlessly. Money comes to me in increasing quantities on a continuous basis. There's so many affirmations, but it's in the present tense. It's not, I am going to be a millionaire. I am going to make. That's future. Your subconscious mind thinks future, so it could be 5,000 years from now and you're 3 lifetimes from now. Probably more than that. It's always in the present tense. I am so happy and grateful that I have all the money that I could never, ever need and more. I am so happy and grateful that I am with the love of my life and that person adores me and we adore each other and we have the most amazing, adventurous life. And just because it doesn't happen now, or maybe it doesn't even happen 6 months from now, it doesn't mean that the universe is not conspiring to move all these pieces around to give you what you want. We don't always get the things that we want today, tomorrow, an hour from now. Some people become master manifestors because of their belief system. Like I can manifest things pretty quickly right now because of my belief system. It's not because I'm a magician. I just did the work. It's not a friggin' blender. It's a stupid leaf blower outside. Once you shift your mindset, things happen faster. So if you're doing your affirmations and it's a year later and you still haven't met the love of your life, it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. You need to change your mindset. It does not happen overnight for people. It does not happen overnight for people. So you manifest in present tense. Yes, that's it. Present tense, that done. Done. Name it and claim it. What is it that you want? Claim that it's already yours. 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 Act as if it is already yours. I'm a multimillionaire. Done. I am in the most amazing relationship and marriage. Already happening in your mind. You have to live as if. Because your mind, your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. So if that's the case, if our subconscious mind doesn't even know the difference, if we're really experiencing something or we're thinking it, you better use your mind right. There's like 4 leaf blowers. I'm not even kidding. They're all out my window. Uncle Neville says, stay in the wish fulfilled. The wish fulfilled is whatever it is that you want. Living in the state of the wish already fulfilled. It's already done. And anytime you doubt something, just say it's already done. It's already done. I have the most amazing dream job. And then your mind, your subconscious will say, no, you don't. You're in a job that you hate. It's already done. It's already done. It's already done. That's it. The world is waiting for you to manifest that desire in your heart. It was put there for a reason. Dave, how are you? Send me a DM. Let's chat about it. So guys, we're going to wrap it up now. This one, stone and sand, maybe? I don't know if stone and something. It's a heart. And then this one is my newest one. This is my sword. I have my sword tattoo. Sword means courage, wisdom, strength. You must live in a forest. I really don't. That's the thing. That's the crazy thing. They've been blowing these leaves the entire time. Thank you guys for joining. 9:30 Central. Okay, let me see. I'm saving this live. I'm going to repost it. Thank you, Crystal, my husband, and I love you. Thank you for everything you do. Oh, thank you. That means a lot. I appreciate it. Live in the state of no leaf blowers. Okay. I don't know why they're blowing leaves. I can't tell you. Have you be safe too. I love you guys, and I will see y'all on Monday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stay in the state of the wish fulfilled. That's it. That's all you got to know. Stay in the end. Do not let anybody tell you can't have it. Do not tell anybody about your manifestations. Do not allow anyone's energy to get mixed into your manifestations. That's it. Okay? I'm glad, guys. Let's go. High vibes only. Guys, I swear to God right now, my whole building is shaking. And there's an earthquake happening right now, and I'm in fucking Pennsylvania. Holy shit. I swear to Christ. What? I thought that I escaped this. Holy shit. I'm like literally shaking right now. I'm so glad that you guys got to witness this, because I'm in Pennsylvania. We don't have earthquakes here. Okay. Now I am really freaked out. Thank you guys for experiencing that with me. Holy shit. I gotta call my sister. This has never happened. I am in I'm in a very big building, so it's not like I'm in a small building. I'm in a very big building. Woo! Jesus Christ, man. All leading up to Monday, huh? My sister's calling me right now. Guys, I gotta go. Fuck. I love you all.